Hey you guys, I am back with a PS5 update video to explain to you guys my experiences I had with my PS5 ever since I got it a couple months back. If you haven't seen it yet, I made a video explaining why it wasn't worth it to get the PS5. The link will be down below or you can click it over here. I'm very happy it created a conversation amongst the community. I saw a lot of people really discussing their personal feelings. Some people went ahead and said, you know what, I'm not getting it. Some did. Honestly, each to their own. Basically, what I'm explaining today is just some weird things I've experienced with the PS5 that I've never experienced with the PS4. But keep in mind, this PS5 is really new. It has so many hundreds of updates to go through and newer versions they're gonna definitely release in the future. I'm just saying what I experience now for amongst a few that do have the console still. I think something I've noticed playing any game, whether the game is running exceptionally well, is that it just kind of freezes and then an error will pop up, and I'll drop the error here on the screen. The errors don't happen that often, but it's happened way more often compared to the whole time I've ever owned a PS4. There's nothing wrong with the game or anything. It's just kind of some glitches here and there that need to be patched and fixed. Another really weird thing that happens to me very often, it has happened to other people, I've seen it on Reddit, I'll drop their comments here as well, is that the PS5 randomly turns on by itself at night. Never in the day. It's never happened to me in the day, so I don't know why it happens at night. At 3 or 4 in the morning, my PS5 will randomly go on. When the first time this happened, I thought maybe the ghost in my room wants to play some Call of Duty. I wasn't really sure. Eventually, I realized it's just the PS5. I don't know. My PS4 has never done that in my entire life. So I got used to it, especially after I just finished turning off the PS5. It will turn on, but I guess the most weirdest moments is when it turns on when I haven't touched the PS5 in days. But I do know recently the PS5 allows you to use a USB external storage. I do have one for my PS4 and I gladly put it into my PS5 because I don't care how new it is. I only have 3 or 4 games on it and I already reached full capacity, and I completely deleted Modern Warfare. I don't even want to talk about how many gigabytes that thing requires. But the only downside of finally being able to use a USB external storage is the fact that you can't actually play the games off of it the way you can on the PS4. Basically, you can only download your game onto it, but some people prefer that instead of deleting the game and re-downloading it. If they're ready to play it, they just transfer it out of the USB and there you go, you can play with it. Another thing I don't like is how you can't really use a PS4 controller on PS5 games. There's not really any PS5 games out there, but if you have the PS5 version loaded, you can't use a PS4 controller, which is kind of like why, and vice versa. It's just a controller. I feel like you should be able to use it if you want to. Some initial issues that I addressed in the first video is how my PS5 controller wasn't charging, but now they did do a patch on that. Now it definitely charges whether you're using the USB port on the back of the PS5 or compared to the front. But the one thing that I really love about the PS5 is just the speed. It's so fast. I can be on a game, load it up in a lobby in I believe like 10 to 15 seconds of turning on the PS5 compared to my PS4. I really just want to address the issue if it's still worth it or not. I know that's a really big question. Once again, I own the oldest version of the PS4, so it really slowed down over time and I just kind of used up all its storage and all the external storage, and I was ready for a newer, faster system. So I was definitely ready to make that jump if I was lucky enough, and I was, and because I was able to obtain the PS5, because I still know it's like you can't even find the damn thing anywhere. You really have to be on track on Twitter and find YouTube streamers who are gonna announce when a store is gonna restock it or not. So it's really up to you guys to stay up day and night to buy one. But I really hope you guys realize that I'm still amongst the few that have the PS5. Every day I play in lobbies, and every single person in the lobby is either on the PS4 or on the classic Xbox. And everyone's playing on a PS4. Everyone enjoys the PS4. If they're not on a PS4, it's a PC. PC is actually the best option you can go for. You can always customize a PC, make it faster, make it better, give it more storage. I would prefer a PC. I have a gaming laptop, so I do have Call of Duty on that, and that works perfectly fine. I've just always had PlayStation, and I do love PlayStation. Overall, I'm really thankful for the amount of attention that my first PS5 video got. I didn't expect that to happen, but I guess I dropped the video at the right time. I had a lot of really funny comments, actually. Some people said, if it wasn't worth it, why don't you just give it to me? It's like, I don't really know how to do that, and I'm not going to do that. But if I were to give it to anyone, it would be family first. A lot of the other questions was, well, if I had the old PS4, is it worth it? Well, of course it's worth it. But I guess the real question is it worth it to pull your hairs out and go crazy to find it? No, I don't think so, because time is gonna go by. They're gonna restock eventually to the point where it will be available to everyone, and a newer version will be available to everyone with better updates. I think having it now, you're kind of growing with the console itself rather than owning the best version it can be. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is not really a review. I'm just explaining to you guys what I've encountered throughout the months that I've owned the PS5. When the PS5 does become more available, I do think it will be more worth it. I still stick to that. I know it's fun to have the best new thing, but you don't always have to. That is it for today. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. I would always love for you guys to subscribe and comment with each other and explain what you think, if you disagree or you agree, or how you feel and your experiences. Have a good day. Goodbye.